Greetings, my friends. God has blessed Israel so much. They're his chosen people. He validated that via an eternal covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he loves Israel. He has brought Israel from nothing but a desert wasteland to, since 1948, when she became a nation again, into a world leader in producing crops and fruit and vegetables and gas and oil and natural gas and all kinds of scientific breakthroughs, all kinds of technology that the world uses. It all comes from Israel for all intents and purposes. Most all of it does. And God has blessed Israel mightily. Israel has been turning into a very secular nation, but there are still very much people there, many people there that actually love God and know the Bible. And Prime Minister Netanyahu is one of them. He was a hero in the special forces in Israel back in the day, a bona fide hero, and a really staunch defender of Israel. And he's a man that prays to God and a man that reads the Torah before he makes decisions and has prayer meetings and Bible studies in Israel and with his leaders of his country. And I think he's just a very amazing man. And I've said all along that I was convinced that he was going to be God's man to lead Israel through the tribulation and great tribulation. I still believe that. But we're looking at the elections right now. And once again, first of all, it was unheard of to have a second election in Israel history. And then we had a third election, which is double unheard of. And the election came through, excuse me, and Prime Minister Netanyahu won. He actually gained several more seats, about 5 more seats in the last election. This is a man who's under indictment, and I believe this is political. I believe it's the media and his political enemies, just like the ones in the Democrats who tried to hammer President Trump wrongfully, I believe, and illegally. It's happening in Israel. And this man under indictment and under investigation, and his poor wife was under investigation as well, and I don't believe she did anything wrong. He still came out, gained 5 more seats, and had a huge showing, but yet he's still 3 seats short of the majority. The experts are saying that they see no way forward for him to get that, though he's going to try. And his opponent has even less of a chance to get those seats. And the Arabs in Israel keep gaining more and more seats, but they have no threat to be able to do anything. They're too small of a number, and no one wants to join with them because they're anti-Israel, according to Israeli leaders. So you've got just pandemonium and chaos and all kinds of uncertainty in Israel. And people are wondering, what's going on in Israel? Why can't she pick a prime minister? Why can't there be a new government formed? Here's why I believe it is. I've got it all, excuse me, I've got everything tied into the rapture, as I always do, because Israel is God's centerpiece, and she is the one you need to look at if you want to see anything going on in the last days. And the rapture is a trigger for everything huge. And I believe God is showing Israel now that Israel can't stand on her own. She's a mighty nation, but she needs God to come back into her life in a major way, and she needs more than that, Jesus Christ, his son, to come into their life and find him as Lord and Savior. And I believe that God is using all of this to show Israel that they need to rely on him and depend on him and come back to him and find Jesus when the time is right. And I believe that when the rapture happens, like I've told you many, many times over, when something bad happens in the world, this is Psychology 101. I was a psych minor in college. I know an awful lot about psychology. People turn to someone that they trust, that they admire, that they love, that they know can take care of them from past experience. Prime Minister Netanyahu is that guy in Israel. If he wasn't, no way he'd get these votes with all the stuff hanging over his head, like the sword of Damocles. But here's the thing, though. He is right there on the verge, and God may allow him to be able to cobble together an administration if that's God's will. But I believe the rapture will be the trigger, because when the rapture happens, people are not going to care about petty little things that they're accusing people of, like they are Prime Minister Netanyahu. They're not going to care about anything but finding answers to what happened to their loved ones, to their children, to their babies, and just all the madness happening in the world. And I believe Prime Minister Netanyahu is the man who can do that. And I believe the Antichrist, as I've said many times, who I'm convinced is Barack Hussein Obama, will stand before the UN and tell the world that the aliens took us. And I believe that he'll say it, and that the children are safe somewhere away from the world on another planet, and people will buy it lock, stock, and barrel. He's the man who's going to give authority to allow the temple to be rebuilt, the third temple in Israel, and to have that 7-year peace treaty ratified, confirmed. And that's going to kick the whole ball going, my friends, get it all rolling down the hill. And that's what's going to be the key to everything. And we see financial unrest everywhere right now, trying to recover. But again, as I've said many times, The world has to be, people have to be eating and drinking, marrying, giving in marriage, buying and selling. You don't do that when the stock markets are crashed. Coronavirus has the world spooked, but I believe this is going to come around, as I've said many times. I believe it's going to peak back up again, the stocks in the world, in that open window. And when Christ comes, boom, blink your eyes that fast. The rapture happens. That's it. The bride of Christ is gone. And then anytime after that, the tribulation can begin for the first 3.5 years. Then the great tribulation for the last half does not have to start right away. It could be a pause. Only God knows. But I'm telling you, we're in the window right now. We're in the threshold. Maybe looking at Israel and seeing what's going on. Look at all the huge gas and oil deposits she has now. That hook to draw into the mouth of Gog of Magog, Putin and Russia, to draw her down with Turkey and with Iran, and with all of the other enemies in the Gog Magog war, which God will just pound and just destroy with his mighty hand. And the Psalm 83 war, where Israel's neighbors will attack her and from all sides, and Israel will wipe them out and take their land and expand her land more towards where God had her originally supposed to be at. And the Isaiah 17 prophecy where Damascus, Syria is destroyed him. So many things going on right now. It's all lining up. Everything in the Bible, all things that point to the imminent rapture are here right now in front of us. And I keep hammering this home like a broken record, I know, but I need to, because it's all right in front of our faces. Sadly, few Christians care. Few can see it. Most are too tied up in their own lives, too busy trying to be the head and not the tail. I'll be the tail any day of the week. I don't want to be the head. This is the bottom line. Jesus Christ, my friends, is our only hope. If you've never been saved or you're backslidden, pray the prayer. Do the 6 steps I have in the box below the video. No one's guaranteed more time in your life. If you'd like prayer for anything, contact me. I'll pray for you every day. I love you all so much. And true Christians, what's to pray for the lost daily? Get the word out there, and let's just hammer home the truth while we still have time. And look up, true Christians. Redemption draweth nigh. We fly soon. May God bless you. Take care of yourselves. I love you all so much. Share this video. Get the word out. And please wake up. Our time is truly short. Love you. Bye.